You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy podcast network.
Damn, Daniel.
And here we go.
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue. Probably only podcast, blah, 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 blah. Fuck my life, fuck sports, fuck everything. I'm Mike Fish and I am joined, as always, by Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
Fuck it all, dude. Fuck it all. Yeah, not the best week for our team.
But I know we normally like ease into the show and do a little small talk.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Fuck it. Fuck. This weekend sucked for me.
Not ideal.
Alex, live chat. We are live, by the way. If you are listening to the audio version, we are live each and every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. YouTube on Twitch. Alex, at least your beard is awesome, Mike. It is. I know that. Thank you.
It's a good beard. Good beard for sure.
But gee, like,
not ideal.
I know we was gonna talk about, let's talk about Giants and thing. But let's just just for my sanity and for my therapy session, can we go just like chronological a little bit? Because no. But I'll just say, England, fuck England. They lost.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go off on that.
Fuck Harry Kane, because you know what? During the World Cup, when he's got that England shirt on, I forget where he plays for. He is an Englishman. He is a proud Englishman. He is a hero to me. But as soon as that ball went over the fucking crossbar, I was like, that fucking Tottenham player. What a bastard.
I didn't give a shit who won that game because, like, fuck England to me. But, like, I was hoping that you were happy with the result. But, like, when Harry Kane just fucking sailed that ball, I just was like watching my TV space. And I was like, I can't believe, that was fucking Harry Kane, wasn't it? Fuck him. And like, it went from like, just like, holy shit, I can't believe he did that, to like, oh good, I'm so happy that he was the one that missed it. Like him or Jack Grealish missing that it just tickled me. Just tickled me a little bit.
For those that didn't
France,
watch,
not a big France guy, but
no.
Like, I never.
But for those that didn't watch the England versus France game, Harry Kane had a penalty to tie the game up on 82nd minute. And after watching this penalty kick from Harry Kane, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are probably looking at this going, why did we waste millions of dollars sending something into space when we could have just got Harry Kane to kick the fucking thing?
It was good at it. It was good. Like, how do you, like, did he just whiff on it? Like, how do you kick the ball that high? Like, that's never going to go in if you kick it like that.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I haven't watched the replay. I can't.
I've watched it. I watched it so many times now. There's videos made of it where it's just going to the moon, where it just keeps going. And it's other things. It's great.
I'm glad you're getting some joy out of it. But what? Because I went.
Think of it as like fuck Tottenham, not like he let England down.
No, I went to a bar. And it was like on Saturday. I forgot, but Saturday was also SantaCon in New York. So I was surrounded by morons dressed as Santa in this crowded bar watching England lose at the World Cup. And then,
was it like an English bar?
No. It was me and my buddy were the only two English people. No, I think there was at least, including me, I think maybe 3 English people in this bar. And there was these, like I said, it was crowded. So at one point, there's these 2 or 3 early 20s young ladies behind me, like, and I can hear them. That their conversation is going right in my ear holes. And as soon as Harry Kane misses that penalty, and I'm like just hiding. I'm trying to bury myself in my beanie. I can hear going, yeah, it would be good for France to win because they're a good team. And I bit my tongue throughout the whole game, but I turned around and I was like, oh, fuck them, fuck, bro, and I just went off.
Like that British guy really was mean to us.
Because then
out of nowhere, this British guy just yelled at us. He was so angry.
He wasn't just as Santa. He was not jolly.
He was not. He was the Grinch. He was more of a Scrooge. That makes sense because he was British too.
And then when the penalty was awarded and they showed the replay of the French guy just literally spearing the guy over, and they were like, I don't think it's a penalty. And I was like, it's clearly a penalty. It's clearly a penalty.
Just kind of trying to just make a football move, you know.
It was just miserable.
Yeah,
it
sucks, dude.
I probably, for my surroundings, because I appreciate in America, it's not appreciated as much as it is in England, but I probably said the C word out loud, probably far too many times than I probably should.
Yeah.
Back about it.
That's one of those you need to go to like a British pub. You should have found like one that was specifically for that. So then it works. But like, yeah, when you drop a hard C in this country, not that I don't say it, I get it, but it's like you get some looks.
Yeah, I did.
Looks. And it's just like, hey, I wasn't directing it towards you. It was this Draco Malfoy looking motherfucker over here. It's his fault. You watch the fucking replay. Tell me he's not being a cunt.
Especially in this Chinese restaurant we went to after the game. I'm sure they didn't appreciate it either.
Yeah. Yeah, but that sucks, dude. It couldn't have happened to a better person. But also sucks for you that it like happened to you. I mean, at least it wasn't like Declan Rice fucking it up. That would have been double bad. Or like, remember Arsenal? Like they like turned on what's his face at the Euros.
Saka.
Yeah, they were like fucking death threats, like gonna kill his family. Oh, got really racist really fast there.
Oh,
but like, yeah, really bad. But it was just like, at least it wasn't Declan Rice, right? So the hate's not directed towards our team anymore.
Swings around about every cloud
that.
Has a silver lining.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginnings, and a great poet once said that. So just think of it as that.
Is that Michael Scott?
He did say that in an episode of The Office. But it's Closing Time by Semisonic is the band, I believe. Exactly. Home and home. Exactly.
That if that song came on straight after the game, that might cheer me up. That might have cheered me. That might have saved my night.
Whenever I used to work Rockets games, like I would pick music that was coming back from breaks and stuff. And if they lost, I would always come back from it with just the I want something else. I think it was Eve 6. And it was Simi Charm Kind of Life. And I was like, I'll get it because I want something else. And I would come back with it right at that part. I was like, get it, guys. And like no one ever said a thing about it, but it was always my thing. And then I would sort of come in with Loser from Beck if it was really bad.
What about Hello Darkness, my old friend? That'd been a good one.
I didn't go with any of those. That was good. But then I do remember I was running the board for the sports station the morning after the Super Bowl where Russell Wilson threw the interception at the end. He threw the interception to, I think it was James. Was it James Butler? Instead of handing it to Marshawn Lynch, and I came back after one of the breaks with Beast of Burden because Marshawn Lynch was beast mode, and it was just like I get it. And one of the guys turned back. He was like, "I fucking like it. I fucking like it." I was like, "See, I was so good at coming up with like witty little like music intros."
Yeah, I would have been horrible at that job.
I don't miss the.
I'm a Barbie girl. Barbie. So what the fuck has this got to do with anything?
Yeah. No. It's gonna be like you pay attention. You can try and kind of weave things in and out.
Joy. Anyway, what else happened in the World Cup after that?
Croatia's going. Croatia's not going anywhere now. Yeah, they got beat because they couldn't go to penalties. Croatia has to force you into penalties. And I think it's because they weren't wearing the white checkers. They weren't wearing the white checkers. The blues they just for some reason they don't pop. They don't pop. There's some teams where it's like, all right, although like Argentina has white on theirs too. So I don't really know. You have to fuck somebody over in that because Argentina should always be able to wear those no matter who they play.
I mean, it's iconic, right? It's when you think of Argentina, you think of that.
Like when Brazil goes in the blue and the white shorts, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Come on, guys. If anything, it's like I don't really give a shit. Like it's interchangeable.
Like who cares if their jerseys clash? They're professionals. They should be able to tell who their teammates are.
Yeah.
It's the World Cup. Man,
like Morocco was beating Portugal, and like Portugal was in white, and I kept being like, wait, like they had like the same exact colors. So I was like, no, Portugal should be in red. Right? Like it was throwing me off. But yeah, Morocco, fucking, that's wild. As we learned last week, is in Africa.
And an Arab nation.
Which is good because Qatar is.
Qatar.
Have you gotten a lot of like internet ads for like Visit Qatar since you've been watching the World Cup and we post about the World Cup and like we talk about the World Cup? Because I have like the little bubble. It's like Visit Qatar. Like I've gotten those like the last week, and I'm like, all right.
Luckily, I haven't. Normally, my Google ads, the robot that is in charge of my ads, is a little bit slow, and it normally waits until I go on Amazon and I click confirm purchase. The next day, I start getting ads for the things I just bought. It's like, well, I know
this does nothing. Yeah,
I got
this does nothing for me.
If anything, it just makes me sad. It's like, oh, I have to wait a couple of hours for that to arrive. Come on.
That might be here when I get home. Who knows?
But yeah, did you watch the game today? What a goal! That second, I can't remember the name of the guy, but
Alexandre.
I like that. It was so impressive. If you watch the replay, the Argentina guy,
Alvarez,
just kept running with the ball and just kept running with the ball, and then he lost the ball, and one of the Croatian players was like, "No, have it back, thank you." And he carried on going. And then he kicked it great, and the second Croatian player was, "No, keep going, pal." And he, "Oh, thank you very much." And then he scored. It was like, "What?"
That was pretty wild.
What a nice team Croatia are.
Yeah, that was chill for Croatia. I think Croatia almost scored and kept it close, but did not. And Argentina, I didn't believe in them at all. I'm not gonna lie, but I also don't think that anybody gets past France, so I don't think it matters.
I'm still holding out hope.
I would like to see Argentina win because fuck France, but like France has like everybody that's good. It's the FIFA test. Like how many people on Argentina's team can you name, and how many people on France's team can you name? And you can name like 4 people on France's team, and you can name 1 person on Argentina.
How many things can you name?
All right, France, Mbappe, Giroud. That's 2. Lloris
is another one, yeah.
3. I'm drawing a blank here. Who else? Come on. Since you so it's 3.
I want you to be the one doing this, buddy.
So it's 3 on France I've got so far. There must be more. Oh, I guess Areola, he's on the bench.
Right. So that counts. I'll give you that.
4. Pogba's not a thing anymore. So that's not.
He didn't go. He did not travel. Not with the team.
No, that's all I got. 4. I got 4. Okay, got 4.
You didn't say Giroud.
I did say Giroud. I said Mbappe.
Dembele and Griezmann.
Right. So that's 4. And then
so like those guys, I know like I put them on FIFA Ultimate Team. Like I played with those guys.
And then Argentina, you got Messi, Di Maria, the Scottish guy. What's his name? McAllister.
Yeah,
I remember him just because that's not a real Argentinian name. That's fake.
What is up with that guy? He's in witness protection.
With that fake Argentinian accent that he's been putting on the whole thing.
Yeah, I would have said probably just I didn't even think of McAllister until you just said it. I would have said Di Maria and Messi, and only because I was just looking at the score from today, Alvarez.
Alexo in the live chat. Chicharito doesn't play for Argentina.
Yeah, but
it's a good shout though. It's a good shout.
Adjacent.
But on more than one occasion now.
The FIFA test you go with. All right, I know more people in France. You just know Messi.
But I want anyone other than because before today's result, I didn't want France to win because they're the most recent winners, and that's boring if the same team wins.
They're cowards.
Morocco and Croatia haven't won it, and Argentina haven't won it for a while. And in a sentimental kind of way, it would be nice to see. If it's not my country, it would be nice to see Messi lift the World Cup. That would be nice.
Yeah, and it being I am a not Ronaldo guy, so team Messi over Ronaldo every day. So it's suck a dick, Ronaldo.
All those Twitter arguments can now just be ended with a picture.
Messi has to carry his fucking team. And oh, okay, you can't do it with the best fucking Portugal squad you've had in a long time. Amateur. I come off the bench now, so I don't even have a team.
I have won the same amount of World Cups as Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, same here.
Greatest of all time, my ass.
Yeah,
as I just
get the fuck out of here.
My microphone.
We call him Pinaldo because he can only score on penalties.
Hashtag just facts.
Just saying what happens,
But now, more recently, I don't want France to win because I am a kind of guy that the team that beat my team, I want them to win, so at least I can say my team lost to the champions. But no, fuck them. I'm that way too. Embarrassingly to Morocco.
I'm that way too. So World Cup probably gonna be France and Argentina. We're rooting for Argentina, though. But we think France is probably gonna win, right?
Yes, but I think it'd be closer than I would have thought.
Think that, yeah.
Last week, because Argentina, even though it was correct, but Croatia are a good team. I remember people online going, "Oh, Croatia! Dude, they got to the final last time. They got to the semi-final this time. They're not a bad side."
And it would be so perfect for Argentina to win after losing to Saudi Arabia the first game, and it was they're dead. Now look at them.
And when France lose, if France lose, I can just spam all the comments with that picture of Mbappe laughing after Harry Kane missed that penalty.
I mean, it was laughing now. It was funny. It was funny. Don't stand up for Harry Kane.
But whoever was directing that though, was the slow-mo needed of him laughing? I get showing him laughing.
I personally enjoyed it at that moment. Yes, after it was fuck Harry Kane. That's my mentality. It's not I don't have the attachment to England. I understand why you're upset, and I'm upset for you. But buck Tottenham, buck Harry Kane. Harry Kane cost him. Just be better, dude. Better.
Still, he's putting a good resume in for his future NFL career as a kicker that he keeps saying he wants to do one day.
Yeah, fucking Harry Kane. Bullshit. Get the fuck out of here, Harry Kane. It's not going to happen. Fucking fraud ass bitch.
No, but real talk, though, for a second.
I mean, did you really think Kane was going to win a trophy? He doesn't win. That's what's the one thing you know about that guy? He doesn't win trophies.
He is allergic to trophies.
He's allergic to them, and so are his teams. And unfortunately for you, you have him on your team. So basically, just don't put him on the squad next time, Southgate.
Maybe that's what happened. He could feel himself getting close to a trophy, cursed. And so his foot swelled up, and it just ruined his penalty kick.
What if I shot to the moon?
To the moon.
To the moon.
I feel a little bit better now.
I'm glad you got to get that out, buddy.
Right. let's talk about more happy things. Let's talk about the Giants.
Because they lost so bad. Get it? Get it? Oh, dude. 48-22 lost to the Eagles. Not the best. Definitely not my favorite game this season. I'll say that. Can confirm. But
Wow.
we probably weren't going to beat the Eagles. So it was like, all right, like they're just way better than us. We have practice squad secondary, and it obviously showed. That 4th and 7 touchdown they had, I just felt silly. Just felt silly watching that. Like, all right, well,
Which was it the same one or was it a different? Because I know they scored. It felt like they scored like 12 touchdowns in that game. But what was the one where Jalen Hurts threw it, and then as the guy on the Eagles caught it, Julian Love just kind of just ran past him.
I want to say that was the AJ Brown one. Wait. No, that was the AJ Brown one, and then the Devontae Smith one was the 4th down one. AJ Brown just was like, "What are you doing, Jules? You just hanging out?"
He just ran, and then it looked like he like
wanna
in
make
the
a
last
tackle?
second kind of turned around. I was like, "Oh shit, where were you going?"
It's like he didn't know he had the ball. But yeah, it was brutal, man. It was brutal. Not ideal. It was 27-7, I think, or 24-7 at halftime, and we just didn't really recover. I mean, I think Azeez Ojulari looked good. Like that guy was creating pressure. Wink Martindale like did what I think you need to do to Philadelphia, which is kind of how Washington beat them, where you got to get pressure on the quarterback, but you also have to be able to make coverage, like have like some coverage plays with your secondary to that. And we don't have Xavier McKinney, we don't have Adoree Jackson, so like our top safety, our top corner is out. So like Fabian Moreau's just not a starting NFL quarterback. Rookie Cordell Float's not going to get it done long term as your star cornerback either. Because like Julian Love, I mean, bad game from him. It just didn't get done. We didn't have Leonard Williams, so you don't really have him and Dexter Lawrence creating the pressure every single time. Kayvon Thibodeau still did make some plays. I think Andrew Thomas had probably his worst game this season. Definitely his worst game this season. The offensive line didn't look great. Daniel was like not bad though. Like I don't know. I saw a bunch of people shitting on Daniel Jones. It's like I don't know who you guys saw that Daniel was thrown to. Isaiah Hodgins ain't it. Huh?
I think that's just some
like
miserable.
That's gonna win a Super Bowl. You put Jalen Hurts with Isaiah Hodgins, and like, how's that go? You had to give Jalen Hurts fucking AJ Brown and goddamn Devontae Smith for him to be like good. And Jalen Hurts is a decent quarterback, anyways. But like, just Daniel's got nothing, man. It's Eli all over again.
Miserable, sad people who, before the game even begins, saves something derogatory about Daniel Jones in their drafts, and as soon as the result ends, they probably don't watch the game. They can send it. That was Daniel Jones' fault. So fuck off.
18-27, 169, and a touchdown, and then he ran for 26 as well. Like Daniel Jones has more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley does in the last since the Texans game, pretty much. And he has, since the game you and I went to, Daniel Jones has more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley. Like, the fact that we can't get the run game going, the fact that the run game is not working well, that's what's losing the Giants games. And I mean, just not having a secondary. Like, the Giants just don't have the talent that the Eagles do. We're not there yet, and we're getting there. And that was what I just kept trying to remind myself of that whole game, where it's like, this fucking sucks. But like, Wink Martindale was blitzing, and he was kind of getting in Jalen Hurts' face. Jalen Hurts just was very good. The Eagles have that offensive line that's full of studs. But like 2 years from now, like, those guys aren't all going to be there. And we're gonna have guys that are fucking sick. Kayvon Thibodeau's gonna be a stud in 2 years. Thibodeau's already a stud, but he's gonna be a stud next year. We've got a guy going forward on that line with Dexter Lawrence. And then I don't know what's going on with Leonard Williams after this year, but we're building in the right direction. And Wink Martindale, I think, did what you should have done. We just didn't have the coverage to stop it. So yeah, you could argue he didn't need to do that. But the best. Like, it's kind of like when you pull everybody up in soccer. It's just like you're going to leave yourself exposed, and just you got to hope that you get to the quarterback. And we didn't get to the quarterback like we should have. And that was the most frustrating part. But I think what we did was the right idea. I'm not like pissed at the coaching, really, even though it was like a beatdown. Like, it was just a fucking shit show. I don't know. I'm not like looking at this as like hey, well, here's something positive from the loss. It was just like, I don't think we were just outmatched, man. And like I thought it wasn't going to be pretty going into that game. We said that last week.
It wasn't going to be pretty. We knew we was going to lose the game, but I didn't expect us to lose that badly. Not only just by scoreline, but just being outplayed. But just from people's reactions, yes, we didn't play amazingly, and yes, we made some mistakes and yada 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 yada. But people were also forgetting there was another team on that field. Like the Eagles were just very good.
Just about everything. So yeah, they dominated us, and they're probably the best team in the league. I don't really, we lost the best team in the league. We got to fucking I don't really give a shit about the Eagles game, man. That fucking sucked. What really matters is we got Washington this week. We came off that fucking stupid tie where we should have won that game. This is our season. Our season is Sunday night. If we win Sunday night, I think we make the playoffs. If we lose Sunday night, we're out of the playoffs. Like, it's over. If we win Sunday, we're in. Not 100%, but like win, take care of business against the Colts like we got to at the next to last week of the season, and then we're in the playoffs. Right now, we're in the playoffs. If the season were to end today, we would play the Vikings, I believe, in the first round on the road, so we would be the 7 seed. But you beat Washington, I think we're in the playoffs.
Also,
show us that we're not dead.
Really helpful.
Show us we're not dead.
I'm just trying to look at. It'll be really helpful if the Jets beat the Seahawks on New Year's Day as well. That would help.
I mean, yeah, I'm rooting against the Seahawks every week. I'm rooting against the Commanders every week, and I'm rooting against the Lions going forward because we need that to happen. We need them to lose just to like give us the cushion because we're gonna lose to Minnesota. I think we're gonna lose Minnesota, and then we gotta beat the Colts, and then I don't know. It depends on what's going on with the Eagles. We'll probably lose to the Eagles again, very likely, unless they sit everybody. And then Boston Scott just has our number. Like, that would be ideal if the Eagles locked up that one spot and just were like, we don't have a reason to play anybody. So let's just fucking tank. And then we get in. But still, like, I just want, like, let's win. Let's just win the games we got to win, man. We got to beat the Commanders. We should have beat the Commanders 2 weeks ago. Get another shot at him on primetime. And Daniel Jones is not great in primetime. I don't think he's won a Sunday night game. But he's due. That's what a lot of people say. A lot of people say he's due.
I forgot it's prime time. Prime time, baby.
It's our first Sunday night game of the year.
Yeah. And then I'll be out to
Cowboys was prime time, and it was Monday night.
All day for Sunday night.
Because the NFL's on NBC. Bam, 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 bam.
I always like how they slightly changed because now they're flex. They have to get her in to do a quick new line because they always do that.
She's got to do the beginning
it's on Sunday night. The Giants and Commanders are up at defeat. They have to do that little line about the game.
I always feel like she just says every team's name at some point, so then it's just like and then they just piece it together over the music probably, or she just gets on a microphone at her house and does that. But yeah, that would be interesting to find out.
It would be really fun if for maybe even just one game. Who's the guy who did the Toy Story song? You got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Get him to do it. That'd be fun.
That'd be sick.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night with my friends. Be great. Mix it up a bit.
Randy Newman.
Is he still alive?
We're alive or dead. Randy Newman is alive. 79.
There's no death date next to his name?
No, he is an American singer, not was. He's 79 years of age. See what
There
he's
you
got
go.
going on.
Hashtag Randy Newman for Sunday night. SNF.
Yep.
Let's get it
That'd
trending.
be perfect. That'd be perfect. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we are a broken team right now. I'm not feeling super great about Sunday, but I think sometimes you just got to get your ass kicked and then you got to get back up. And if anybody's going to get this team back up, it's Brian Dable. The offensive line has to be better. I think that we're going to probably be exposed again in their defensive secondary. So we really got to figure out what we're doing that wise, limit the run. And we got to get Saquon going. And if we can get Saquon going and we can control the clock, I think we can get the win. And I don't know what the spread is, honestly, right now for that. Let me see if I can find out. I feel like we should be underdogs probably going into this one.
I imagine so.
Yeah. Let's see. Week 15. We are 4.5-point underdogs. Yeah, no, that seems about right. Fuck it, dude. We're coming back. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Danny gets his first win on Sunday night. I think we're making the playoffs, dude. I sold myself on the fact that we could make the playoffs. I'm picking more with my heart than my head right now. Feels like it's gonna not be fun, but we're gonna get in. We're gonna get in the playoffs.
I think we're going to. So we've already lost the Eagles there at the top of that list. So Commanders, we can win that game.
Beat the Commanders.
Vikings,
beat the Colts.
I mean, obviously these. For those watching these, I haven't updated the records, but just use your imagination. So we can beat the Commanders. I think even though the Vikings are now 10-3, they lost to the Lions. They're beatable.
Yeah.
Colts, they're beatable. And Eagles, once they don't give a fuck anymore because they're already through, we could win out. Fingers crossed.
It's gonna be difficult to do that. I'm down with that route though. Again,
yeah, I think
if we don't lose a game for the rest of the season, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Just remember that.
That's still facts.
Still, I mean, we didn't win last week, but if we do that going into the postseason, we're good.
Maybe. Here's my
win and we're in. Win and we're in the fucking playoffs. This is a playoff game. This is the biggest Giants game we've had since fucking like 2016. This is it. It's a must win. It's a must fucking win this Sunday. We're gonna win. We have.
What if? Here's the big genius of Brian Dable. So he knows. Okay, so the Eagles are most likely going to have the NFC East number 1 position tied up by the end of the season. Probably. So
they beat the Cowboys the week before. They played the Bears this week. Then they play the Cowboys. If they beat the Cowboys, they're the 1 seed for sure.
And then
why play? Right.
Bye week, and then they have someone else.
No, they don't have any. There's no more buys.
Is it not?
No, Philly has Chicago, Dallas, and us.
Oh shit! No, yeah, I totally misread the dates. Yes, so they don't have a bye week. But yeah, so now like the Eagles totally destroyed.
Then what are they gotta play for? What are they gotta play for?
So they're gonna be like, well, we've already got the division tied up, and we like destroyed them anyway. We can just get like the janitor to play quarterback, and then that's when we take advantage and we just beat them.
I agree. So like they would have to lose 2 more games and have like a tiebreaker with. Or no, I guess they would have to lose. Yeah, if they lost to the Cowboys, they could pick it up. So really, just they had to beat the Cowboys, or the Cowboys have to lose a game, and the Eagles are safe. But yeah, I think they. I don't care. We don't want to go. We don't want that situation to be there. We want us to win, and we want to be going into that game so we can win out. And we can have maybe a 10-win season.
But as we did mention a couple of weeks ago,
10-win season would be sick.
With karma in the air, the Eagles owe us one still.
They do for the Nate Sudfeld game, and then here's another thing: 1 more win this season, we guarantee ourselves not having a losing season because now we have a tie. We would be 8-1 at worst.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Correct.
2 wins. We call that a winning season, fellas. Huh?
I'll wrap that up with a bow.
I don't want to be that's loser talk. That is loser talk. But again,
is it loser talk?
Well, my
because after
in my head when we are losing, and on Sunday was just like, hey man, we don't have the pieces yet. We don't have the pieces yet. We don't have the pieces yet. And I've said it a million times on this podcast. If I had told us beginning of the season we would have had 7 wins, I would have said I'd take that. Be like,
Yeah.
Alex, Giants finished the season 7-11. I would be like, all right. Or 7-10.
My fire alarm's going off.
That sounds bad.
This means dinner's gonna be great.
Crispy.
But yeah, listen to talk radio today, and now one of the hosts was talking about like after going 6-1, surely the Giants fans would be upset if they don't make the playoffs. And the other guy was like, well, no, because basically the same point. Like, if they went 7-8 wins this year at the beginning of the season, they'd have been happy with that. And he was like, yeah, but the goalposts changed. He goes, no, don't get me wrong. I'm sure I will be upset if we don't make the playoffs. But
I would prefer to make the playoffs than not.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be like, get new coach, inspire everyone. It's like, no, we're heading in the right direction. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I just want the people the miserable.
Show me things that
people.
we're building towards, and that's what I think we've seen. And like that's what I don't understand the Daniel Jones haters right now, where it's like yeah, obviously I'm very biased towards Daniel Jones because I want him to do well. But like at this point in the season, like he's on his last year of his contract. Like if Daniel Jones had sucked, I would say like we should probably move on. Like I not just making it a bit, like the bit of us being dance all the time. Like we technically did, we hopped on board day one, but we were like, we're just gonna ride with this guy until the wheels fall off. We said that was years ago, right after we got drafted. I didn't want us to draft him when we did draft him. I'm like, I'm gonna root for the guy that's steering our ship. Okay, fuck me for caring. But the people that just hated on him from day one, like, all right, you just didn't want to like him. You can choose to not want to like somebody, or you can choose to just try and ride it out because like him doing better is good for our team. And now that we are at this point, like it was like I was Team Joe Judge until like I think that Bears game last year, which was probably way too late to be Team Joe Judge. But I was like, fuck this shit. We need to get this done. And I would have been off the Daniel Jones wagon. I would have been off the Dan wagon. And I'm not. Like he's not put up bad numbers. He's put up very safe numbers because the offensive scheme has been to kind of play safely with him. But I think like when he's been throwing the ball, like he was having to throw the ball against the Eagles, and he wasn't making a ton of mistakes. Like he just didn't have time to throw the ball. I mean, he was threading a couple of needles in that Eagles game. He's not a bad quarterback. Like you just gotta let him like make the plays, and then like, him with his legs, like he can get shit done. And I think that I don't know. I think Daniel goes out there and he fucking whips his dick out, and we fuck up Washington. Not like blow them out, but we win. I think we win. And even cover because we're underdogs.
Those people that are out there talking about, we should draft a quarterback with our first pick.
Who are we going to get? Where? We've already fought. Like, our draft status is, like, right outside the playoffs. So, who are we taking at 17?
But, yes, that point. But also, even if you are an avid Daniel Jones hater, surely it's, even to those people, it's clear to see we need receivers. Our offensive line still needs strengthening up. And linebackers,
secondary, more receivers, secondary,
another
linebacker. So that's about 11 guys that we could take other than a quarterback. And like everybody these are the same people that were like shitting on us for taking Saquon because they're like, oh, we didn't need a running back that high when we were rebuilding. And it's like, okay, fine. If you're on that camp, then like we don't need a quarterback while we're rebuilding. We're not a quarterback away. Daniel Jones is a serviceable quarterback right now.
And then if we get another rookie quarterback, then what? We got to start all over again. It's
unless there's a guy that Dave's and them like love, I don't think we do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we go and just like trade up and draft a Bryce Young or a Will Levis or whatever the other fucking guy's name is that's coming out. CJ Stroud.
If Chad Powers was in a draft, I would take him.
I think CJ Stroud's a bust. I'm not sold on Bryce Young. And then Will Levis is like, I don't know. Unless he thinks like Will Levis could be like Josh Allen, then like go for it. But I think Dave's is smart. Like he's not He's not given up a bunch of stupid draft capital to make trades when we could have done that at the deadline. He's not. He's winning while rebuilding. He did that in the beginning of the season, and that was why like we weren't sellers at the trade deadline, but we also weren't buyers at the trade deadline. And like we had Odell in for a little dinner, and like we were like, yeah, we're probably not gonna sign you, bro. Dabes knows what he's doing, and I think Joe Shane knows what he's doing up in the top of the office, and I think that. I think they know what they're doing, and I think Daniel's the right way to go. If it was up to me, like you give Daniel Jones a 1-year deal after this, and then you just see where you go from that. Like unless like Dable loves Will Levis, and I would guess that would be the guy. Like I don't think we're gonna get Bryce Young unless we trade up. I don't know why CJ Stroud would be the guy. I don't like what CJ Stroud is. I mean, if we draft CJ Stroud, I'm obviously a CJ Stroud guy, but I don't. When we're a quarterback away, if Daniel Jones was holding this team back and I thought we could get a quarterback in and it's not Daniel Jones to win a Super Bowl, I'd say, yeah, let's do that. That's not where we're at. We need a billion other positions. We just counted 11 positions.
And I can't
we could
see.
guys at as well.
I think the ball is still in our court in that I can't think of any other team that would try to outbid us for Daniel Jones next year.
Yeah. I mean, he'd probably get a backup job. He probably gets a backup job unless it's like unless Detroit or like Indy chooses to go with Daniel Jones. But I think Indy's gonna have a high enough draft pick; they'll take a quarterback. Detroit, I don't know where they go with Goff because he's got a big contract, but like they were like, well, we could plug Daniel Jones in. But I think like you plug Daniel Jones into the Detroit team the way that they're playing right now. I think Daniel, like the fucking Lions could fuck around and get in the Super Bowl, man. They won't. But the way the Lions are playing right now, if fucking Daniel Jones had Amon-Ra St. Brown to fucking throw to, give us that one guy. I mean, historically, us getting Lions receivers doesn't really work well, but like he wasn't a Dan Campbell guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, throw him on the Jameson Williams, throw him on the Giants. And we got a fucking 1,000-yard receiver, dude.
Also, the thing about the people, the Dan haters, I saw one person who was knocking Daniel Jones and then literally the same day talking about like, why are people giving up on Kenny Golladay? Seriously? You're backing that guy up, but you're shitting on Daniel Jones.
Nothing to say about Kenny Golladay. That guy fucking can kick rocks after this season.
All we've got to do is just keep signing a quarterback to an extension until Arch Manning declares for the draft. And then we bring the Manning home. What's that got to be? At least 3-4 more years? He's what, 17 now?
Something like that. I don't want to suck that bad. Like, let's already have let's be a good team then, you know?
Can we like pre-signs or is it draft and it's in the lottery?
You have to.
I guess once you draft though, you can. I guess like so if someone drafts Arch Manning and we desperately wanted him, but no. But if let's say,
well, the Chargers drafted Eli and we traded them Phillip Rivers and other picks for him, so that's possible.
I'm just a sentimental guy. Just having
that would be sick to have another
Manning.
But like I don't want to suck. Again. That would mean we would not be good for the next 5 years, Mike. I don't want that.
Well, let's cross that.
5 years is a very long time for us to be unhappy, and I don't want to be unhappy for 5 years, man.
But yeah, I think the power is with us, the Dabes. I think we can get.
Dabes knows what he's doing.
We can get Jones for 1 year, and then if he continues his growth, then he can cash in. Because then hopefully by a 2024 season, we'd have been more along the road of fixing our monetary situation. Yeah,
we got one more season where it's not great. It's way better next year than it is this year. But then after next year, we got some space. Now we'll have to probably come up with contracts for Dexter Lawrence and maybe McKinney and some other guys. So like we would have to do that. But like, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to want to be the highest paid quarterback in the league either. So it's like, I don't think you have to go like they're like Lamar Jackson wants to be number 1 in the league. It's like, I don't think Danny's going to want that money. I mean, obviously he would take it if you gave it to him. and he'll go to whoever the highest bidder is. But like, I think Daniel Jones isn't gonna like just destroy your cap.
No.
Saquon, I think, could destroy your cap. So like, I honestly like the way he's been playing. Like, I think it was Justin Pennick from Talking Giants said he was like, I'm sick and tired of having an offense that's built around a running back and not a running system. And it's very true. Where like the Giants are built so much around like just Saquon Barkley doing this, but when Saquon's out, it's like, but if Saquon was healthy, and like now we've seen Saquon this whole time, and he's a little nicked up, but like everybody's nicked up in the NFL. And if you told me next year like who like we have to pay them though, and then like have them and we can only keep one of them, I think we could find a running back we could do shit with Saquon's doing. And we could also find a quarterback maybe that does about what Daniel Jones does, but it's like you don't have to like I don't feel as bad giving a quarterback some money instead of a running back that I don't see it being sustainable going forward. Saquon I think is gonna be awesome in the beginning of seasons, and as a shared backfield guy, he'd be great. The Giants don't have a shared backfield. Maybe we draft one. I don't know, but we would have to pay Saquon. I just don't see like it seems like that's not going to happen. But I also think that like I don't know. I think I could see Saquon being here and Daniel Jones not. It just depends on what's going on with the
if I had to
in the front office.
Guess, because I think out of the two, I think Saquon's going to cost more money than Daniel Jones to sign.
You could franchise Saquon, and you could also give Daniel Jones that 1-year deal. That's also possible.
I think if I had to put money on it, and I'm not very good at putting money on it, so I won't. But I wouldn't be shocked if Saquon's franchised next year, just to keep.
But again, is he worth like what is it like? What's franchising of a running back cost to franchise running back?
I think I saw somewhere it's around like 12 to 14. If I might be
running back, it's about from 2022. The franchise tag is $9 million a year.
Oh, it's less than I thought it was.
9,500 or 9,500, 9,570,000 is the franchise tag as of this year. So that'll probably be about 10 next year. Is he worth 10 million in salary cap next year?
But I'm just thinking like,
or could we get two offensive linemen that we can like, you know? There's just so many like. I think you like. I get like Dable is really good. What's made him so good his whole coaching career is that he's able to work around, like use the talent that people have to make them better at that. Like he's not like, hey, fit my system. You're good at this. We're gonna do this. You've seen the design runs with Daniel Jones. You've seen like Saquon Barkley having to do the Wildcat and doing all kinds of other stuff. What you're like. Whatever he gets, he's gonna make it work. So I think that like he's not limited to Saquon. I think he could find a guy like this guy having another draft. Like he's only had one draft where he get to sit and be like, I want this guy. Like, he's got a full off season to be like, this guy I've been keeping an eye on. And if you don't think he's been scouting some running backs and shit, dude, like there's some guys coming out in the draft that we could get. And like I don't know, man. I think that the difference in like Bryce Young, if he's a knock it out of the park guy, like yeah, he's better than Daniel Jones. If he's a knock it out of the park guy, I don't know if he is.
So if you had to bet,
CJ Stroud, maybe they see that like he can run like a Josh Fields kind of thing, but you can run that with Daniel, and Daniel's been fine. So like I don't understand. I think if I had to pick like what I want more, I would give Daniel Jones the extension, because I think you could figure out what's going to go on with Saquon. Saquon's amazing, but just like sustainability is a real thing. Like look at Ezekiel Elliott getting that money, and now Tony Pollard's the best running back on that team.
Yeah.
And Ezekiel Elliott, fuck him, dude. Like I was watching the Texans game, rooting for the Texans too. Like I had them on as well as the Giants, and it's just like he looks like a fucking like angry little girl that like just got kicked out of like Hot Topic, where he's got his little fucking crop top and his fucking like hair all popped out and his nose rings, like just like I'm emo. You can get. I'm gonna listen to My Chemical Romance, mom. Get out of my room. Fuck.
Why are we having burgers? I'm a vegan now. Don't you know that?
Beat the fucking Texans on a last minute touchdown. And fucking
yeah, I was
like
that was when.
Shit.
Because I was watching the local, so I had the Giants on, and when after that game they switched over to the last couple of minutes of the Cowboys game, I was like, oh, I thought the Cowboys were losing.
It would have been hilarious if they had lost, though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say just fucking Danny figures it out. Danny gets it done, dude. Danny hasn't been the reason we lost. Team comes together. Dave's gets them ready to go. We got at least another win in us. We beat the fucking Washington Commanders. They're the Commanders. I don't believe that a team name like they're fucking the Commies. We're not letting the Commies into the playoffs, right?
Not on my watch.
Beat the Commies. Us versus the Commies. Okay. And who you got? I'm taking us. So the U.S. versus the Commies. That's brilliant. But yeah, us over the Commies. I don't care that we're underdogs. Fucking let's do it. Let's do the damn thing. Let's do the damn thing. Giants get the win.
Hell yeah. I feel we've achieved a lot today.
I do too, buddy.
Let's look ahead because you've got quite a couple of days ahead of you, Mr. Middleton.
I do.
Woo! Obviously, new episode of Pass the Gravy. There we go. Pass the Gravy coming out tomorrow. What are the good folks of the Gravy Gang got to look forward to on that episode tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow we are going to be talking about trades, perhaps trades involving Russian arms dealers, women's basketball. Look at us. Also, college bowl season. We're going to answer some questions from some listeners. They got some good ones I was reading through today. And we're also going to tell you what's not cool this week. And then this Saturday, December 17th, out at Southern Star Brewing Company, 3525 at North Fraser Street in Conroe, Texas, we will be having our 9th annual Pass the Gravy Christmas Spooktacular. And with that, we will have our 2022 Gravies Awards. So the listeners of the show, viewers of the show, that have put in some interaction and done a bunch of stuff with like weighed in on the podcast, giving us questions and stuff like that. We're gonna give them some awards, and then we're gonna have live music from the Homebrewed Brass Ensemble out at Southern Star. Santa Claus is going to be there. Ever heard of him? Huh? Yeah, Santa Claus. The Santa Claus, and a lot of these mall Santas aren't really Santa Claus. We got the guy.
Please tell me Santa Claus arriving at 10 a.m.
He'll be there. He won't be there at 10 a.m., but he will be there after the podcast, so we can sit in his lap and take pictures. And then, it's gonna be a really fun night, a really fun day. It all starts at noon. We're gonna go on around 1, and then after us, we got the Homebrewed Brass Ensemble. We got food from Campville Creole and the Fix by PR. We're going to have some food trucks out there. And then Southern Star Brewing Company has the best beer on the planet. And they will be out there. And we're going to be just having a great time, guys. So come hang out with us. Alex O, Bobby McThunder Waffles in the chat says he can't wait until Saturday. It's going to be the best Christmas party of the year. Best Christmas party of the year. Fucking bet the house on that. And it's going on Saturday. It's December 17th at Southern Star Brewing Company. At Pat. Yeah, Dante would stay easy on that. At Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter and Instagram if you want to get the deets on that. But I hope to see anybody they can go out to that on Saturday. Mike, what do we got to look forward to on Waffle Box Podcast?
New episode of Waffle Box coming out tomorrow. We're talking Santa as well. Santa Con. I'm going into more depth about my misery.
I'm very excited to hear that.
And why SantaCon is the dumbest idea ever, and why I hate everyone that goes. Talking about the Golden Globe nominations and why they're a sham. And we're going to go off on a rant about that as well.
That's why the Gravies Awards is where you got to go. That's the real awards ceremony.
We're going to be talking about Ryan Reynolds' angelic voice in Spirited in that week's movie review and so much more. We got also the Dumb World Records of the week and all of that good stuff. So check that out. Enjoy wafflebox.com at waffleboxpod. It's all scrolling across the bottom if you are watching. Follow that at Pass the Gravy Pod, at waffleboxpod, and then follow this at CBB Pod. And then this Saturday, I will be probably sitting at home drinking. We don't have a live thing, but
we'll FaceTime. I'll FaceTime you so you can be at ours.
Put me like at the front. So it'd be you and Pat, and then put me there.
That'd be really funny.
Hello.
Hey, Mike. Hey. I have a live answers question I'd like to do. Can you hold my phone up to the speaker? That would be pretty funny.
That would be pretty funny. keep you tuned in. So yeah, so look out for that. So new episode of Waffle Box. Listen to that first thing tomorrow, and then later on in the afternoon / evening, past the gravy. Get you warmed up for Saturday.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And then spoiler alert. That's like a live taping for next week's.
Yeah, that'll be out Wednesday. Episode will be out Wednesday, but you want to be at the live recording.
Yes.
It's still a live podcast. You just see it in person.
It's like one of those like podcasts that does like Patreon where you get the podcast before it releases.
Yeah, but
however, this is like
but you
the
don't have to
best
make a
type
donation.
of Patreon because one, you don't have to pay to get in, and you can get drunk. Whereas there's no alcohol.
You gotta come hang out with us.
So do this instead. Makes sense, doesn't it not? But yes, make sure you follow us at Only Mike Fish. That's me. He is at Alex J Middleton. And until next week, don't forget.
Seahorses forever.
Go Giants.
See you next Tuesday.
Hey, let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown.
Can't hear shit.
Never mind.